Good morning, students. Welcome back. So, today in our physics class, we are going to learn equation of motion. That is the most important part of this chapter, motion, where we will be graphically deriving all the three equations of motion. So, first of all, what are the three equations of motion that we are going to derive? For this, we are taking an object where u is the initial velocity of the object, that is the velocity with which an object starts. If after time small t, v is the final velocity acquired by the object. That is, suppose an object starts with velocity of 10 km per hour and after 1 hour its velocity becomes 50 km per hour. So that 10 km per hour was the initial velocity, time taken was 1 hour, and final velocity, that is v, becomes 50 km per hour. If small s is the distance traveled and a is the acceleration, all these parameters, these are called parameters because they are denoted by variables. But if we are using small u, that means small u is always for the initial velocity. Using all these three parameters, there were three basic equation of motions which were given. First equation of motion says v is equal to u plus at. This relation is also called velocity time relation. Second equation of motion says s is equal to ut plus half at square. This is called position time relation. And last one, v square minus u square is 2as. That is position velocity relation. Okay, so in exam you can be asked to derive any one or two of these three equations. You can also be asked to derive them by name. Like if they tell you derive velocity time relation, so that means you have to derive the first equation, that is v is equal to u plus at. We will be deriving these equations graphically. That is, we will be making a graph first and then we will be deriving one by one these equations by using that graph. So you need to practice this just like mathematics. Try to solve this on your own. Okay, I'm starting with the first one. For this I have considered an object. Okay, it is starting from point A. Here you can see initial velocity u of the object is not 0. It would have been 0 if the graph would have started from O. But the graph here is not starting from O, it is starting from point A. That means initial velocity of the object is not 0. When the object started, it had some initial velocity which was u. So here point A represents the initial velocity u with respect to point O. Here O is our origin. We have basically taken velocity time graph of an object in uniform acceleration because you can see that graph is a straight line. Okay, so if an object which started from point A was undergoing uniform acceleration, after time small t, it reached point B and its final velocity was v. Now this final velocity again we define with respect to, or we measure with respect to our origin. Okay, so AB is the graph which we have drawn. AB is the straight line. From B I draw a perpendicular on velocity axis and I name this point as E. From B again I draw a perpendicular on time axis. I name the point as C. What have I done? I have taken velocity time graph for an object in uniform motion where it started from point A with initial velocity u. After time small t, it reached point B where the final velocity of the object was v. From B I draw a perpendicular on this axis, velocity axis, let this point be E, and from B I draw a perpendicular on time axis. Let that point be C. Now I am drawing one more additional perpendicular from A on BC, and I name this point as D. Okay, so this is the basic graph which we will be using to derive all the three equation of motion. Okay, here I had told you while talking about graphs that slope of velocity time graph gives you acceleration. So what is the slope here? Slope is AB, that is equal to acceleration. And what is that equal to? Acceleration or slope is always perpendicular by base. If we talk about triangle ABD, then slope AB will be given by BD divided by AD. Okay, this we had done earlier also. If we talk about distance time graph, the slope of distance time graph gives you value of speed. If we talk about velocity time graph, the slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. So here acceleration A, which is AB, will be given by BD by AD. So we can write A is BD divided by AD. Okay, this is what they have written up to here. Okay, so after that what they have done, now in place of AD we can write OC. Okay, in place of AD, because naturally OADC is a rectangle, so the opposite sides are equal, so that is why AD is equal to OC. So in place of AD they have written OC, and similarly in place of BD they have written AE, because again AEBD, that is also a rectangle, so the opposite sides will be equal. So in place of BD we can write AE. Okay, these are the two changes which we have done here, that in place of AD I have written, in place of AD what have I written? In place of AD I have written OC, and in place of BD I have written AE. Now what is AE here? This length we want. See, this complete length, this was V and this is U, right? Because A started with initial velocity U, so that is why OA becomes U, and B was the final velocity, so this BC was V, this is also V, this complete length. Okay, what did I say? This complete length OE is V and OA is U. Okay, we know that OE is OA plus AE. What is OE? That is V, and OA is U, not V, it is U plus AE. So AE comes out to be V minus U, right? So in place of AE we'll write V minus U, and in place of OC we can write T, because AD and OC both are equal to T. So our acceleration A becomes, what is AE? V minus U, OC is T, right? We get up to this. We have written A is equal to V minus U by T. Now you just cross multiply, take T to the other side, it will become A into T. U here is minus, if you take it to the other side it becomes plus. So V is equal to U plus AT. This is our first equation of motion, also called velocity time relation. Very important how we have derived it. We have taken triangle ABD and we have said that the slope of the graph, which is AB, will be equal to BD by AD. But what is this BD? That is equal to AE V minus U. Now what is AD? That is equal to OC small t. So just put the values. A is V minus U by T. Cross multiply. V minus U is equal to AT. So V becomes U plus AT. This is our first equation. Now for deriving the second equation, we will be using the same graph. Suppose you get to derive first and second equation of motion in exam. So you will be drawing graph only once, and using that same graph we will be deriving both the equations. Okay, so our next is second equation of motion, that is S is ut plus half at square. So they have solved it here a bit different. I will be doing the same method which we have done in our notes and also in our book. We had read that area under the velocity time graph is equal to displacement or distance, right? So we can write S, which is distance or displacement, is equal to area of trapezium OABC. They have shaded the area here. You can see that. See, if we are taking AB, we have to take area under this graph and the time axis. This lower area we have to take, this complete area which this graph is enclosing with the time axis. Okay, so here we can see that OABC is a OABDC rather is a trapezium, or also we can say that this is sum of a triangle and a rectangle. This is a triangle here, this is a triangle, and this is a rectangle, right? So I can write S is equal to area of triangle ABD plus area of rectangle OADC. Now what is area of rectangle? That is length into breadth, so that will be OA into OC. What is area of triangle? Half base into height, so it will be half AD into BD. This is the rectangle, so its area will be OA into OC. And if we talk about the triangle now, triangle is half base AD into height, that is BD. That is what I have written here. Okay, now what we have to do, we have just to put the values. So I'm writing S is equal to, what is OA? That is U. What is OC? That is T. Half. Now what is AD? AD is T only. But what is BD here? In place of BD, I'll write AT. How? See, in triangle ABD, slope AB, that is equal to acceleration, is BD divided by AD. That is what we had written. So A is BD. In place of AD, I can write T, because I told you AD is equal to OC is equal to T. So implies BD is equal to 80. Okay, so this value of BD, that is 80, I'll put here. Okay, so I'm going to rub this. After this, next step we are writing here S, it will become UT plus half T into AT, that is UT plus half A. T into T will become T square. Now this is the relation we had to derive, that is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Is it clear? How we have derived? We have said that displacement is equal to area under the graph, so that will be sum of area of triangle and rectangle. For rectangle it is length into breadth, so it will be U into T, and for triangle it will be half base into height. So U into T plus half base AD is T only, but what is BD here? BD will be equal to 80. How we derived BD equal to 80, that I told you. So just put the values. S is equal to 80 plus half UT plus half AT square. This is our second equation of motion we have derived. Third equation is again very easy. Again we will be using S is equal to area of the trapezium. But here we will not break it into rectangle and a triangle. We will apply the formula of trapezium only. S, which is equal to area of trapezium. Which trapezium we are talking about? OABDC. Now formula for area of trapezium is half sum of parallel sides into height. These are the parallel sides, OA and BC. So I've written half sum of parallel sides, that is OA plus BC, into height, which is OC. OC is equal to, that is the time, right? Now we just have to put the values. S is equal to half. Now you tell me, what is OA? U. What is BC? V. What is OC? T. In our third equation, the relation is V square minus U square is equal to 2AS, right? So there we don't have time. Time parameter is not there, na? So we have to eliminate T here. How do we do that? For that, I'll be using first equation. So far I have written S is equal to half U plus V into T. From first equation of motion, We know that v is equal to u plus at. So if I take u to the other side, v minus u is equal to at. So t can be written as v minus u by a if I bring a to the denominator. This is my equation 1, this is my equation 2. Now put 2 in 1, okay? In place of t, I'll be writing this value v minus u by a. You had read in maths a plus b into a minus b. The formula is a square minus b square. Similarly here also you can see it is v plus u into v minus u. So what will that become? V square minus u square. In denominator we have 2a. Take this 2a to the other side. V square minus u square is 2as. So this is our third equation of motion. Okay, at first go the equation can appear to be a bit tough, so you have to practice these equations again and again, one by one. Draw the graph and then solve these equations yourself. Okay, when you will be practicing regular, then you will understand really well. Third equation was very easy. We have just applied formula of area of trapezium, half sum of parallel sides into height. So parallel sides were u and v, height was t, but I don't want t here. So to eliminate t, I have used first equation. V is equal to u plus at. So v, take u to the other side, it becomes minus. V minus u is at. T becomes v minus u by a. This value of t we put in this equation. So s is half v plus u into v minus u by a. Okay. When you just put the values, it becomes s comes out to be half v plus u. In place of t, I had written v minus u by a. So v plus u into v minus u becomes v square minus u square by 2a, that is equal to s. Cross multiply, v square minus u square is 2s. Okay, so that is all for today. Please practice this and see. You can see the video again and again if it is not clear. Still, if any doubt, you can ask. Thank you so much.